Ladies and gentlemen, friends, welcome back. This is with Puji Pujiono from Rumah Resilence Indonesia, being held in Bali in conjunction with the Global Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction, the seventh session in the year 2022. And I'm privileged now to have my colleague, Marlon Matuguina, from the Save the Children, the Philippines. And his organization is the winner of the SASAKAWA Global Award for Disaster Reduction. So Marlon, welcome.
Yes, thank you so much for welcoming me. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you. Just for your information, I myself is graduate of the Philippines, so I can speak a little bit of Filipino with Marlon. From time to time, I'll pepper this with Filipino words. All right. But first of all, Marlon, maybe you could introduce yourself, your name, what your organization, and what you do with to our public, please.
Yes, I'm Marlon Matuguina. I am a member of Save the Children Philippines. I am the program manager for risk reduction and resilience in education and governance programs.
Right. Marlon, is this Save the Children Philippines or Save the Children International?
Save the Children Philippines, because Save the Children works in more than 120 countries.
Okay.
Yeah, so
but there is a difference between Save the Children, the big one, and the country Save the Children's.
Yeah,
it's not simply branch, no?
Yeah. Save the Children Philippines is also an own organization, localized organization now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it has its own personality, it has its own priorities, and so on. But it's
aligned with the international.
Okay. Excellent. Now, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
To the Save the Children Philippines for having the award conferred to you very, very recently, just today.
It was last night.
It was last night. There you go. It's still really hot, actually, right? Now, Marlon, tell me, out of all Save the Children's, out of all organizations, why this year SASAKAWA Award is awarded to Save the Children, the Philippines?
Yeah, actually, we were also a bit surprised.
Of course, I mean, every Miss Universe, I'm so surprised.
Yeah.
But what are the winning thing in the?
Yeah, first, I guess we're lucky because we were nominated by the government.
Okay.
The Department of Interior and Local Government, because we have this strong partnership with the different national government agencies.
Okay.
And I guess that's one. And maybe they saw our programs that are that are innovative, and also promotes children's rights.
Sure. No, I think, being nominated by government colleagues is certainly an accolade. It's not only an acknowledgement, it's an accolade, right? Yeah. And then you have the winning programs there. Could you just tell us two or three, what are these winning programs that make you stand out compared to others?
Maybe because first, aside from the partnership that I've shared, we implement it at scale. I mean, we pilot.
What are those programs, by the way?
We are currently implementing the quality assurance system.
Okay.
For the village or barangay. It's the DESA.
It is in Indonesia, it's barangay.
Barangay, the same barangay. And also the CSS ecosystem in schools.
That is what CSS?
Comprehensive School Safety Ecosystems.
Comprehensive School
in
Safety
schools.
Ecosystem, okay.
Yeah. So we have a component for schools and barangay. So maybe that's it. And with the partnership that we had with the government, Prudence Foundation, and other sectors, it was implemented at scale.
Right.
With policy and all. For the quality assurance system, it was approved last January and February this year.
The country.
For all barangays in the country.
Wow.
And for the CSS ecosystem, we have the Department of Education have tools that is currently implemented also national level and used by more than 21,000 schools.
Wow, that's quite a number. Now, just shed the light a little bit more on this barangay quality assurance on disaster reduction, is that it? What are the components of this quality assurance, Marlon?
Yeah, before there was a challenge in our barangays to have a quality plan, quality BDRR plan, because we know that barangay DRR plan is very vital.
Okay.
Because that includes preparedness and other components.
Sure.
So that was a challenge before. So what we did together with our partners is we developed a standardized template.
Okay.
Aside from that, a quality assurance tool that have indicators and scoring. Like, are these indicators met or not? That will be assessed by the city or municipal level. So that has those components, plus it has a portal
Okay.
wherein people, anyone can access it and see what is the level of the quality
Of
of the
particular
plans
barangay.
of that particular barangay.
Wow. So in essence, it's also exposed the barangay to public accountability
Yes.
of their commitments
Yeah.
to national priority, I assume.
Yes. And just to add also, like recently because of the pandemic,
Right? Yeah.
it was further enhanced to ensure indicators and template will address public health emergencies,
Right.
so that in case there will be future pandemics or any endemic,
Yeah. Yeah.
barangays will be ready.
Okay. This resonates quite well because when I was much younger, Marlon, I did my doctoral degree in the NCPAC, National College for Public Administration, in the Philippines. I was developing indicators for prepared local government. So I'm really glad that you now bring it down to the preparedness and qualities at the barangay level. I could really be very peaceful now. Question though, why save the children? And why save the children doing anything with quality? How does it relate to children?
Yeah, because based on studies and experiences, more than 60% of those who are affected during disasters are actually children.
Okay, okay. So improving assuring the quality of barangay plan actually is assuring the survival of children.
Yes.
Is that the assumption? Okay.
Yes, and then second, we also need participation of various stakeholders, including children.
Right, right.
So that's where the government partnership and our inputs to that really focused on.
Excellent. No wonder that the ILG, Department of Interior and Local Governance, really appreciate what you do, right? Excellent. Now, the SASAKAWA Award is almost like a monumental, I assume, it's a monumental event in Save the Children and the Philippines disaster risk reduction. What's in the menu from now on? Because, you know, having an award is not an easy thing. It's a burden, actually, right? It's a blessing and a burden. But what are you going to do with it, Marlon?
Yeah, actually now that we have
Now
this
that you
recognition.
savor the pride and all that, but what's the day after that?
Yeah, actually, it gives us first an opportunity to share our learnings
Right.
and that good practices being implemented in partnership with government and private sector. It will create us platform
Right.
to share and maybe help other countries to localize and contextualize it based on their own needs also. So I guess that's something that we are hopeful since that we are recognized now.
Right.
And now we can also advocate more to really ensure including children's rights and children voices at the center of our disaster risk management and climate change action.
Excellent. Very good. So that's I think what we get now is what led into the award, how significant the award is, and what will follow through after the award. That's really encouraging. Marlon, in a couple of months from now, in September, there's going to be Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction in Brisbane, Australia. Last night, when you received the award, and if you connect with that event in September, right? How do you visualize this, on the way to Brisbane? What will the Philippines, Save the Children, bring to Brisbane, triggered by this award?
Yeah, I guess a good case of how a NGO, government partner, and private sector
Right.
can really have a shared common vision and how that vision can
That
support
it actually work.
that actually works and how it can lead to scale up of the approaches. So we're also excited to be able to share this experience and learning also to on the AP Ministerial Conference.
Excellent, excellent. Now, are you anywhere, or have you been awarded with Kawat Kalasak award in the Philippines or not?
It's mostly recognized specifically local government units and schools. But last December we were also recognized by the Department of Interior and Local Government. That was their first time also to recognize partners for local government capacity accelerator award.
Wow. Okay.
So-
okay. So you one of the engine and driver for change.
Yeah, for local development, for
Alright.
local capacities.
Excellent. Now, for the last part of our conversation, Marlon, if you have our civil society colleagues in front of you, what would be your 3 key messages that you'd like to use this platform to convey?
First, partnership really works.
Okay.
It might be cliche to some, like, we've been doing a lot of partnership.
We've been there, we've done
Yeah,
all
we've done that, but it really works.
No, but let's go deeper.
Yeah.
How do you make it work? We know it works, but how do you make it actually work well?
Yeah, I guess it's good to identify and really assess the needs, maximize the different capacities and expertise of different partners.
Right?
Like, for example, other partnership can provide support in terms of resources. Government can have support in terms of scaling up and mandating.
The authority,
The
and
authority.
legitimacy. Yeah.
NGO and CSO partners might have technical expertise
And
to
what
put
are
in the table.
What are the children's contribution to that?
Yes, children's voices and children's recommendations
Right.
should also be put forward.
Excellent. So that's one message. What's your second message?
Second message, innovate. Don't be afraid to innovate, but make risk-informed innovation.
Right. And now, with regard to children, what would be your message to our civil society with regard to working with children?
Yeah, children are the most vulnerable and affected during disasters. Like what I said earlier, 60% in the Philippines of those affected during disasters are children. So I would just like to reiterate that together with partners, we can really create a better world wherein we can fulfill their rights
Right. Okay.
to a clean and safe environment where they are protected and they can meaningfully participate and collaborate with us as
And
adults.
I hope just to complement that one, aside from children being the most vulnerable and affected, they also embody enormous potentials.
Yes, potentials.
What would have you seen in Filipino children as potential on disaster risk reduction?
Yeah,
What do you see?
we have this called Batang Empowered. Batang
Empowered.
is child. Bata is child empowered.
Because in Indonesian, batang is a pole.
Bata, yeah. Child empowered and
Okay.
resilient team. Wherein we were amazed also how they are peer or teaching other children about disaster risk, what to
Right.
do before, during, and after. Even their parents. Because as you all know, like sometimes parents might don't know, but these children learn something from schools, from trainings,
Okay.
and they teach it. They teach those learnings even to adults and their parents.
Yeah. So they brought the message from school or from training back home, and the parents might refuse to listen for the first round, but will keep talking. They will eventually change.
Yeah, actually, yes.
All right. Excellent. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen and friends, this is my very, very brief conversation with Marlon from Save the Children in the Philippines. I hope that the awarding of the SASAKAWA Award to the Save the Children not only will inspire civil society to work better, but also to give you the conviction that to work in partnership with the government, with community, with children and stakeholders actually work, right? And I hope that will also encourage us to build a network among civil society from one to learn from the other. Marlon, thank you for spending your time with us. And
Thank you also.
Congratulations again. And don't drink too much for the celebration.
No, I don't drink.
Spare your time for another talk tomorrow. And colleague, I will see you in the region sometime, at least in Brisbane in September. Marlon, thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Puji Pujiono again from Rumah Resilence Indonesia. Thank you and see you next time.